Here comes Kaya's battle. Boom! Right up the middle, and he is gonna go! Then sit up
And we welcome you to the Natale Family Field here on the campus of the Hun School of Princeton for some big-time NJ High School football between the Hun School of Princeton Raiders and the St. Joseph Green Knights, a top-flight matchup here in New Jersey on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. The sun peeking out behind the clouds as it was cloudy all morning here in Princeton, but the sun will shine down on a beautiful turf field at Hun, and the Hun School of Princeton will come out in their black jerseys. The St. Joe's Green Knights stepping out for the coin toss in their white jerseys. Kevin Wigginton is the man who is captaining this Hun School of Princeton squad, and he will do the ceremonial coin toss. Wigginton heading to Michigan State University. And, well, speaking of Michigan State University, there's also another big-time player going to Michigan State playing in this game, and that is Audric Estime, the running back for St. Joe's. So kind of a cool storyline there. You've got a big left tackle heading to the Big Ten, as well as the running back heading to the Big Ten. And there you take a look at some of our players to watch for St. Joe's. Audric Estime, 222 yards per game. He really is the standout when you look at the numbers. And, of course, Michigan State wanted him, so you know he's going to make an impact in a game like this. And St. Joe's going to want to utilize him as much as possible. Dorian Noel, the quarterback, 294 yards passing this year, 102 yards rushing. So dual threat quarterback. And Frankie Monti, the defensive linebacker for the St. Joe's Green Knights, heading to Holy Cross next year. 31 tackles, leads the team. And those are your players to watch for St. Joe's. And we look at the players to watch for the Hun School of Princeton. Also a dual threat quarterback, Marco Linez. Look at the completion numbers this year. This is a Hun offense that just has not really been stopped this year, except for, well, last week against Cherokee. They did have a rough one, you could say, against a top 10 team in New Jersey. But the Hun School of Princeton, their numbers still look good, don't they? Marco Linez, 77% completion percentage, 9 touchdowns. Ahmad Dixon is one of the 3 running backs you'll see for the Hun School of Princeton. And Owen Anderson, one of many weapons for Marco Linez. As the Hun School of Princeton will kick off after the coin toss. 12 minutes on the clock here in the first quarter. St. Joe's with a team prayer before they take the field. Coached by Danny Marangi, first season as the head man. Replacing Augie Hoffman, who went on to Rutgers to coach, assistant coach the Scarlet Knights, who we have learned are leading early on in a Big Ten matchup. NJ football on the docket here, and we are underway. St. Joe's receives at the 15-yard line. And the return from Christian Abraham, able to escape and get out of bounds at the 40-yard line. So good field position for St. Joe's. And out comes Darian Noel, Audric Estime, and the St. Joe offense. 1-2 record for the Green Knights. Obviously a little bit deceiving, considering those 2 losses coming to Bergen Catholic and St. Peter's Prep. Thought they were going to be playing Don Bosco today, but instead they've got the Hun School of Princeton on defense. Noel in the gun, takes the snap, hands off. Audric Estime with a solid run on first down. His first touch of the game across the 45. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Estime averaging over 200 yards per game, 665 yards total on the ground this year on just 70 carries. pushing 10 yards per carry. A reverse and a throw down the middle. It's caught, and inside the 5-yard line go the Green Knights as Nuri Robinson receives. Hun was all ready for that run from Estime. He flipped it to a back, and then the Green Knights now knocking on the door. The Hun School of Princeton, or here the Hun School of Princeton cheerleaders, setting the scene here at Natali Family Field. Estime on first down, runs right into a pile. Brought down by Owen Wafel, freshman middle linebacker. Bring up a 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Good start for St. Joe's. On 2nd and goal, it's Estime. He will walk in for a touchdown, and the Green Knights are on the board first at 6-0. A 2-yard run by Audric Estime, future Spartan. And it's a good start for the road team, a Hun School of Princeton team that got punched in the mouth a little bit last week, and somewhat surprisingly so, against a very good Cherokee Chiefs team. Some good programs coming out of South Jersey in the public school realm this year. And the Hun School of Princeton, here in the age of COVID, for St. Joe's, as a matter of fact, too, having to get pretty creative with their scheduling. So take another look at the big play that set up the 2-yard Estime run. It was the reception from Nuri Robinson. And then Estime, another look at the touchdown run here. It's going to be a big battle in the trenches. We've seen the Hun School of Princeton play against Paramus Catholic a couple weeks ago. Big body battle there. It's going to be another big body battle here with a team that's in the Paladin division and these St. Joe's Green Knights. And the kickoff will go into the end zone. Wow, what a kick. Just on the other side of the pylon, and it'll be a touchback, but probably a questionable decision there by Ahmad Dixon, as that was really close to kind of checking up inside the 1-yard line, in which case Hun would have been backed up. Instead, they bring it out to the 20. And here comes Marco Linez, Ahmad Dixon, and the Hun School of Princeton offense. It's their offensive line that, if you haven't seen the Raiders play before, you should keep an eye on. 4-star, 3-star, D1 recruits, and future college players all over this offensive line, and well, skill positions too, but it's a Raiders team that is usually built in the trenches. Marco Linez, the sophomore quarterback, pumps and will run. On first down, good tackle. Frankie Monti, we just mentioned him, the linebacker heading to Holy Cross, able to track down Marco Linez. Otherwise, it would have been probably 15, 20, 25-yard gain or more. There was nobody over there except for number 6.
On that bunch, we were outside, right? We're playing quarters. All right, now. Stay outside. Stay outside. We got guys inside. You have deep.
Second and 5. High snap, Linez delivers to Ahmad Dixon. Crosses the 30-yard line, and Ahmad Dixon tripped up just shy of the 40. He'll move the chains. Got a nice hole on the left side, and Dixon has run through it, averaging 100 yards per game. a three-headed monster really for the Hunt School of Princeton this year, but Ahmad Dixon probably the number one back. Well, it's hard to say that, as Billy Guidetti and Dominic DeLuzio are certainly capable of that role as well. Dixon, a veteran here at the Hunt School of Princeton, been here for a few years. Went down last year to injury, and back here looking healthy. He's looked explosive. He gets the carry here, but will be dragged down from behind. Good tackle in the backfield. Jack Szymowski. And Szymowski with the tackle that will bring him back 6 yards. Got him by the ankles. 2nd and long. Owen Anderson is in the slot. He was one of our players to watch. On the far side, Kelvin Smith is on there in the slot on the near side. Mason Shipp and Ben Romano also receivers, but it'll be Marco Linez on a keeper running behind that big offensive line, and he will get that loss of yardage back. Setting up the play, big Jake Allen. Left tackle, delivering a gigantic hole, and now on 3rd down and 7 yards. Marco Linez will come to the sideline to receive the play call and deliver it to his fellow Raiders in black. Big 3rd down early in the game, and they will hand off on a draw, and Ahmad Dixon is stopped in his tracks. James Mullen on the tackle. 4th and 11, and Hun will be forced to punt in their own territory. So a good start for the road team, the St. Joe's Montvale Green Knights. Here's the punt, and it's a good one. It'll bounce at the 20, roll all the way inside the 10, and Hun might not even need to touch this. They will at the 1-yard line, down by Mason Shipp, but what a punt there. Beautifully done. Marco Linez on the boot. See if we can get another replay. Potted up. Our wonderful director, Kevin Fodinger, putting him to work. Ethan Carpenter on camera, our play-by-play Sports Network crew. Yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. Dual threat, how about triple threat quarterback in Marco Linez? It's probably the best punt by a quarterback I've seen since Randall Cunningham. And St. Joe's will be starting their drive from the 1-yard line. St. Joe's coached by Dan Marangi, first season again. Taking over for Augie Hoffman. He was a defensive coordinator at Don Bosco. And the defensive coordinator here at St. Joe's for a couple years before taking over the head coaching position. A job that a lot of people wanted, but Green Knights stayed in-house with a familiar face. It's Estime who takes a shot from Tyler Jamison, but he does give a little breathing room to St. Joe. 2nd and short. Second and 3. Estime on 2nd down. Tell you what, this is a good-looking running back. Easy gain of 30 yards, and there was a lot of traffic there. Right at the offensive line, but when you got a back who can hit the holes as well as number 2 for St. Joe's, you're in good shape, especially in the early downs. And And wipe away the great punt by Marco Linez. It's 1st and 10 from the 28. End around here. And Hun sniffs it out. Second and 13, loss of 3. Sean Childs on the stop. Playing outside linebacker and showing pressure this time. He's picked up, quick pass, left side. Ben Romano gets run over, and it's a 1st down for St. Joe. Justin Mucci. Mucci was the one who was stopped on that 1st down play. They go right back to Mucci. And St. Joe's is cruising here on offense. 1st and 10 from the 47. It's Estime up the middle on 1st down, and it takes 4 Hun Raiders to grab him, including Dom DeLuzio and Owen Wafel again. But it's a 10-yard gain. And as advertised here in the 1st quarter, St. Joe's winning the battles up front in the running attack. Leading the charge, though it was that big passing play that set up the touchdown on their 1st drive. Now they're in Hun territory. Estime ends up handing this one off, and the run up the left side gets good yardage as well. Christian Abraham on the carry. And we've seen this a couple of times from Dan Marangi. That was how the play was set up in the on the first drive, where they gave the ball to Estime, and Estime delivered it to somebody else. Got that luxury. When number 2 gets the ball, the defense has to respect him. So another 1st and 10. And Noel looking end zone just out of the reach of Christian Abraham. He had a step, a couple of them in fact. Francesco Barone and Ahmad Dixon on the coverage. Brings up a 2nd and 10, 5:01 remaining here in the 1st quarter. Bit of a wind gust here at the Hun School of Princeton before the Green Knights snap this ball. Estime breaks a tackle in the backfield, and Tyler Jamison is bailed out by Gavin Forsha. Makes the play. Modest gain of a couple inches, could have been a loss, but nonetheless, the Hun School of Princeton will take it 3rd and long, and they're trying to keep this a 1-possession game. Likely 4-down territory, though. Substitutions for the Green Knights. Coming back into the game is Christian Abraham, and he lines up as a receiver. Empty backfield. Estime, always have to know where he is. 5 receivers. Estime's in the slot on the far side. He's going out to pass. They're looking near side, and on the slant, the ball is dropped. It's incomplete. Ahmad Dixon on the coverage. 4th and 10. So Noel comes off the field, Estime comes off the field, and we might be lining up for a field goal here. With the ball spotted at the 24-yard line, it'll be a 41-yard attempt. Sebastian Tasco, ready to boot. The kick is up, it's good. But wide right. Looked good. Had plenty of distance. But it did fade off to the right of the goalpost, and No points on that drive. 75 yards down the field for St. Joe's, but nothing to show for it. Do flip the field position a bit. Hun School of Princeton will start at the 20. First and 10, Linez and Dixon in the backfield. Linez going deep for Mason Shipp, and Shipp made the catch on the near side and then lost the football. A brilliant catch by Mason Shipp, but then he tried to turn it into a few extra yards and then lost it. I mean, you don't see a better catch at this level than Mason Shipp just made, but a bittersweet moment for him, and probably more bitter than sweet, as this would have put Hun in business. Good presence of mind by Peter Shue, who stripped the football to go attack that football after it was on the ground.
First and 10 for St. Joe's on their own 29.
On first down, it's Estime going left side. And at least on the last couple of touches, the Raiders have kept Audric Estime in check, though a gain of 5 on first down.
Gain of 5, it'll be second and 5.
Second and 5 with Estime in the backfield. They've got a fullback in the formation this time. Nicholas Sevatillo. Hand off to Estime across the 40-yard line. See some good energy from the Hun side. Francesco Barone getting the crowd into it. Limited crowd in attendance. Hun School of Princeton, as has been the case throughout the 2020 school year, doing a great job with the COVID protocols and making sure everybody is safe here. Masks and social distancing obviously in effect. Noel, far side of the field. Mucci working up the middle now. Gain of 19. Move the chains to the 43. Good football here on a Saturday afternoon on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Simon Rosenwasser here with you. And on the option, they will hand off up the left side. Christian Abraham takes it. And St. Joe's moving again. Turnovers usually the name of the game, and the early turnover by Mason Shipp after a phenomenal catch has given St. Joe's the ball back. After Hun, well, they may have been worn out a little bit on that long 75-yard drive. They got to come right back on the field. And credit to the Green Knights. They're going to continue to try to wear down this Hun defense as they hand off up the middle to Estime. And he gains 9, nearly 10 on first. Sean Childs on the stop. On 2nd and 1, they fake to Estime, and Noel's looking end zone. Mucci's there, and he'll have to throw it out of bounds. Ahmad Dixon on the coverage. It just didn't really develop. There might have been a split second where Noel could have pulled the trigger, but on 2nd and short, no reason to take the chance, and now a 3rd down and less than 1. 1:32 remaining here in the first quarter. Here comes the pressure. He gets it off. Was there a receiver in the area? Do we see a flag here? Nothing coming out for intentional grounding. At the very least, it'll bring up a 4th down.
4th and 1 for St. Joe.
And Hun will stay on the field as St. Joe's will also keep their offense on the field. No surprise there on 4th and short. And number 2 in the backfield. Pretty much know where this ball's going. Everyone in the stadium does. And Estime will get into the end zone on 4th and short. Audric Estime
22-yard run by Estes.
looked like he was touched in the backfield, but into the end zone he goes for the second St. Joe touchdown and his second touchdown of the contest. It's 13-0. Sebastian Tasco on for the extra point. It's up, and it's good. So it's 14-0. And we get another look at a strong run. Like there was a chance to get the legs of Estime there near the line of scrimmage, but once that tackle was missed, he was off to the races. And 7 points there for St. Joe's, taking advantage of the fumble.
Listen, if I call even, it's a 4-man.
So Hun now will get the ball back. They've got a man back in Trey Francis. Ready to return. Francis receives at the 5. Brings it to the 26. Grabbed up by Trey Watkins. So another important drive for the Hun School of Princeton. Marco Lainez and Mason Shipp connecting on the last drive, and the fumble halted any momentum they had. And an important drive for the Raiders to make a statement here, down by 14 in the first quarter. The Hun School of Princeton team that probably needs something good to happen based on last couple of weeks. Big loss to Cherokee. And now coming out in the first quarter down 14-0. And the ball is on the ground. They just fumbled again, and it will be St. Joe ball. Second straight play offensively for the Hun School of Princeton. And what are they calling here? They're going to say Hun picked. Oh, they're going to call him down by contact. Wow. Do we have a replay of that? Did you show it already? Here it is. Tough to tell. Hun gets the benefit of the doubt. Trey Francis wearing number 31, unless that's Dominic DeLuzio. He's listed on the roster as Trey Francis, but we'll have to confirm that one. Be a short run on second down and bring up a 3rd and 8. That will be the end of the quarter. 14-0. St. Joe's over the Hun School of Princeton. Hun will have the ball at the 28-yard line when we come back for the second quarter of play. Quick audio break here on the Play by Play Sports Network. All right, third down here. First play of the second quarter, and Mason Ship receives across the first down marker and will move the chains. We do have confirmation. Number 31, not Trey Francis, but it is Billy Guidetti.
Down for the Raiders. And first and 10 on their own 36.
So the first and 10 from the 36-yard line now for the Hunt School of Princeton as Mason Ship brings in his second ball. Future Yale Bulldog, number 10. Already with 50-plus yards. Owen Anderson's first catch. And the Raiders looking to gain some momentum on offense. Their offense has looked fine, just a couple of turnovers. And that usually is all you need to put yourself in a hole. A couple weeks ago, Hunt School of Princeton played Paramus Catholic, and that was the story of the game for the Paladins. 4 straight offensive plays in that game for Paramus Catholic ended up in fumbles by the Paladins. And similar here for Hun, 2 straight, but now they're moving. It's Billy Guidetti on second down. He will move the chains. So Guidetti's first down, just shy of midfield.
First and 10 for the Raiders on their own 48.
Trying to set up the screen to Guidetti, but it was not fooling the linebacker and Frankie Monti. He blew it up. And that's a loss of 1 on the play.
Tackle made by Monty. Second and 11.
Monty going to Holy Cross. Opening minutes of the second quarter. Linez with the pocket breaking down, throws on the run, looking for Dixon, but over his head. Second and long. A rare incompletion from Marco Linez. Might be his first incompletion of the game. Right on brand with the way the season has gone for the sophomore quarterback. He's certainly been a standout. Sophomore at 6'3", 215 he's listed. Already with multiple offers, and you watch this kid play, and you can make the determination that he is doing the right things on the field and off the field. He's looking for Mason Ship. A little bit of contact as Ship was defended by Jatai Mays. But another incompletion brings up a 4th and 11, and the Raiders down by 2 scores. And the way that St. Joe's has been moving the football, I don't know if they can afford to punt here. They do have the luxury of some flexibility because Marco Linez acts as their punter and their quarterback. Coming out on 4th and long in an offensive formation. And now they're going to send out Dixon and Guidetti to the end. It goes over Linez's head. Can he get a punt away? He's just going to throw it deep. A flag comes in all the way away from the play on the near side. Ben Romano was hand fighting with Jatai Mays. Linez ends up throwing an incomplete pass. Good presence of mind by him. But this will be an interesting call. And here it is from the referee. It is going to be a personal foul against St. Joe's. What a break for the Hunt School of Princeton. And the Green Knights, the cardinal sin when your team is about to get off the field. Might be tough to see the flag here on the replay. First of all, great job by Marco Lainez. Well, maybe he'd be able to pick that up and punt it. But showing his awareness that wasn't going to be the move for him. With that ball all the way back, he throws it away for an incompletion and, well, bailed out by some yellow laundry on the field. It's a 1st and 10 from the 38. What a huge spot in the game. 9:15 to go in the second quarter. Lainez wants to throw on 1st down with a clean pocket, and he's hit as he throws as he falls into the line and throws it high over the head of Mason Shipp.
38.
Second and 10, another snap over the head of Lainez. He's going to have to eat this one. Well, that would have been the better move because it's going to be picked up for a touchdown. And Frankie Monty is in for the score. It's 20-0, another turnover turned immediately into points by St. Joe's. Frankie Monty leading the team in tackles coming into the game. And the good players know where to be. Even if they didn't make the initial play, Monty is the one who picks it up. Johnny on the spot goes the distance. And another extra point attempt coming for St. Joe's. Not a good start for the Hunt School of Princeton in the turnover department. Kick is up. Barone almost got there to block, but it is up and good from Sebastian Tasco.
Extra point is good with 8:55 left in the second quarter.
Another look.
St. Joe's 21, Raiders 0.
Having some troubles snapping the football. It's the second time. We just saw the punt go over the head of Lainez. And that time Lainez unable to eat the football for a big loss. Worst case scenario, Frankie Monty, touchdown. 21-0. Still plenty of time left in this game, and, well, you've got the explosive weapons on offense, and we've seen this Hunt School of Princeton team score in mere seconds at points this season. That being said, this is a defensive-minded St. Joe's team. Dan Marangi, the head coach, was a defensive coordinator and among the best in the Super Football Conference. Billy Guidetti on the return inside the 5-yard line. And with a flag coming out, Guidetti wrestled out of bounds at the 20. And a couple of extra words for Jaseem Brooks. Take a look at the white hat and see where this penalty is going to take the football, holding against Hun. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. One more look at the hold. The top of your screen was the guilty party. I think it was Liam Rempel. Future Northern Illinois Husky. First and 10 from the 9. Tamon Dixon on first down. Holding that football with 2 hands. Gain of 6. Bring up second and 4.
Tackle made by number 21. Gain of 6.
Jack Schmahowski on the tackle. Guidetti is the running back. He's got Sean Childs in as a fullback leading the way. Guidetti not much off the right side, maybe a gain of 1. Third and a long 2.
Ball carried by Guidetti. Third and 2 for the Raiders. On their 16-yard line.
4 receivers with Ahmad Dixon, the running back. Guidetti has the first down on a draw run on 3rd and 2. Billy Guidetti getting a lot of work early. Comes off the field. Ahmad Dixon will be the running back on the next play.
First and 10 for the Raiders 20.
Linez in the gun with Dixon next to him. Sends Mason Ship in motion, and they hand to Mason Ship. And Ship trying to turn upfield, but how about the stout defense staying right with him step for step. Peter Shue. Well-designed play, well set up play. It looked like Ship might have been able to find some green grass, but only could do so moving east to west. Gains 3. Linez on a designed rollout, throws on the run, one-on-one. Mason Ship with a flag on the field. Ship's got a one-on-one battle here, and Mason Ship will be brought down by the turf monster inside the 20-yard line, but there is a flag. And from the naked eye, it looked like Ship pushed off. Await the call from the referee. So, as we expected, Mason Ship, the guilty party. You see the arm strength from Marco Linez, and I don't know, on the replay, they came into frame sort of at the last moment there, so you might not have seen all of that hand fighting that was going on, but it did pretty clearly look like Ship threw his defender away. It's a half the distance to the goal penalty, and a second and forever coming up. Ball at the 12. They need to get to the 30, 18 yards to gain here on second down for the Hun School of Princeton. Now under that halfway mark of the second quarter. Story here in the first half, turnovers by the Hun School of Princeton, and strong running from Audric Estime of the St. Joe's Green Knights. On second down, it's Ben Romano on the reception. A couple yards shy of the original line of scrimmage, still going to be a 3rd and long.
Pass is complete to number 7, Romano.
Romano, one of the 2 captains on the Hun School of Princeton, 6'2" junior. along with Kevin Wigginton.
7-yard gain, it'll be 3rd and 12.
Wigginton playing left guard. Jake Allen next to him at left tackle. That left side of the Hun School of Princeton line, as good as it gets. They'll need to protect here on 3rd and long. They're looking long. Anderson with a gorgeous catch at midfield. What a play.
30-yard pass complete to number 11, Anderson.
And what a throw.
Brings the ball up to the Raiders' 49-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Raiders. On their own 49.
Nowhere else to put that football, and that is phenomenal concentration by the 6'5" Owen Anderson. Can play tight end. In fact, that's what he's listed as and played that last year, but he's got the athleticism to run precise routes. Tamad Dixon on 1st down and a healthy gain of 4. Hun School of Princeton will receive the second half kickoff, so yes, they're down 3 scores, but with the potent offensive weapons, that Todd Smith's team has, you can never say that the Raiders are out of it.
2nd and 6.
Second and 6, Linez threads the needle, calling out blocks. He's taken down at the 35, but a gain of 15 on 2nd and 7. And the Raiders are cruising inside the 35, their best field position of the game.
St. Joe's 35. 1st and 10 on the 35.
Ship jogging over to the far side of the field. Linez looking near side. Now has to look the other side and throw it over the head of Mason Ship as protection breaks down. Pressured by Von Friday and Luis Soto. 2nd and 10. On second and 10, it's Mason Ship wide open. Ship dragging 2 defenders inside the 5-yard line. There is a penalty in the backfield. Flag at the 38-yard line, behind the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, Jack Schmahowski, came in untouched. And he may have been halted by that Hun offensive line because of a hold. And that is the indication. Jake Allen, guilty party.
Holding on the Raiders, 10-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
So the second time this drive, a 2nd down penalty will bring the Raiders back a long ways, all the way back to their 48-yard line, St. Joe's 48-yard line. They have to get to the 25. So now 23 yards to gain.
2nd and 23.
Linez scrambling for just a couple.
Ball carried by Lindsay.
3rd and long from the 46.
2-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 21.
Under 2 minutes to play here in the second quarter. No timeouts called by either team. And you'd imagine that St. Joe's is plenty content with a 21-point lead heading into the locker room. So no timeout coming from Dan Morangi. But probably 4-down territory for Hun. And here comes a timeout for the Hun School of Princeton. Get a chance to meet Todd Smith in the coach's corner. Not down on the sideline for this game, I don't believe. 45-6 career record at the Hun School of Princeton. That loss to Cherokee only the 6th time that Hun has gone down. At West Windsor Plainsboro for a long time. And over 100 career wins at all of his stops. For St. Joe's, head coach is Danny Morangi. Went to Drew University, played linebacker at Hamilton College as well. Don Bosco defensive coordinator for 12 years. 3 years as the St. Joe's defensive coordinator. 10-time state champion. And one of the toughest football divisions in the entire country. And a defensive mindset in this game for sure, down 21 points. Empty backfield on 3rd and 21. And Linez, down he goes inside the 40-yard line. It'll be 4th and 1,000,000. The sack from Jaseem Brooks. Linez been under pressure, and he's going to come up gimpy as well. Hun's going to be forced to punt. And you can only hope that Marco Linez is okay. Looks like he was a little bit lame coming up. Number 4. Another look. Got beat on that left side. As Jake Allen lost the battle to Brooks. 1:08 to play, second quarter. And St. Joe's will have some time to put more points on the board. Linez back to boot. Christian Abraham playing a hybrid safety and returner, and now he'll have to return, though this ball will roll at the 25 and be downed at the 14-yard line. So at the very least, Marco Linez has delivered some good net yardage on his punts. Now St. Joe's takes over 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Set up the screen to the near side, but having to go down to the ground to receive was Safi Yasin Spahn. 2nd and 10. They're going to let Dorian Noel air the ball out here, at least in the first few downs. Oh, they just called it an incomplete pass. I was wondering why that clock stopped. 2nd and 10. Noel across his body does complete this one. Christian Abraham receives just shy of that first down marker, so clock ticks inside 45 seconds. And the Green Knights, no timeout, although they have 2 remaining. Incomplete on third down. Clock stops at 25, 4th and long, and well, Hun probably going to get the ball back here, albeit likely less than 15 seconds. I don't think that St. Joe's is going to risk going for it on 4th and short. Inside their 25-yard line, no real reason to. So their kicker, also acting as their punter, Sebastian Tasco, stands at his own 5-yard line, and Mason Ship ready to receive inside his own 40. If you're St. Joe's, you probably don't give Hun a chance to return this ball. Tasco end over end, right into the numbers of Mason Ship, though he has to go down to a knee to receive. And with the clock stopping at 16 seconds, Hun will have a 1st and 10 from the 42. So maybe 1 or 2 shots for Hun to get down the field. It's touchdown or nothing for the Hun School of Princeton. This is not a team that kicks extra points, let alone field goals. Inez rolls, they run a pattern to the near sideline, but Ship, I don't think, got out of bounds. That clock's going to run inside 10 seconds, and now the clock will stop because of the timeout. Still 1 left for Hun and 8 seconds remaining. They might have a chance at 1 Hail Mary. Take a look at the Hun School of Princeton results so far. Beat the Kiski School 68-0. Convincing win over a Super Football Conference Paramus Catholic team, 48-20. But then a surprising dud against the Cherokee Chiefs, a top 10 team now in the state of New Jersey after that performance against Hun. So nothing to hang your head about if you're the Raiders, though certainly the players here at Hun had high expectations this year and didn't want to lose a game, but still plenty to play for, of course. Everybody just happy to be playing football, full stop. We're happy to be broadcasting this game on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. 2nd and 2, but that doesn't matter because there's 8 seconds left. Clean pocket for Linez, but nothing down the field. He'll give the Ship. And Ship will be taken down. Time runs out. And that's the end of the first half. 21-0. It's all St. Joe's Montvale over Hun. So we'll come back for the 3rd quarter of play. A couple of Aldrich Estime runs. And then a fumble recovery for a touchdown by the linebacker Frankie Monty. And a 3-score lead for the Green Knights over the Raiders. We'll be back. And we welcome you back here to the Hun School of Princeton and Natali Family Field here in Princeton, New Jersey. Take a look at some of the first half highlights. In a 21-0 game, the first big play, Nuri Robinson. Catch inside the 5. It set up an easy touchdown for Audric Estime. He gets into the end zone there. Then a missed field goal gave Hun some life. Sebastian Tasco showing off a good boot, but wide right. Still 7-0. Marco Linez. This was one of the bigger plays of the first half and probably a turning point with Hun only down by 7. Mason Shipp makes a great catch on a great throw, but then fumbles the football. It is the Green Knights who would go down the field and get into the end zone. Another strong run from the future Michigan State Spartan Audric Estime for the second St. Joe score of the game. Then turnovers for the Hun School of Princeton. Linez threw it deep. There was a foul on that play, but the Hun drive would continue. They didn't dodge a bullet for long, though. Another snap over the head, picked up by Frankie Monty. And the third touchdown for the Green Knights of the defensive variety. As the score is 21-0. Hun School of Princeton trailing here on their home field. They will receive the second half kickoff. Take a look at the records for the two teams, but furthermore, Top 25 high school football America, St. Joe's Regional. Even though they've got that 1-2 record, the pollsters know who they are playing. They should have played Don Bosco today, but a couple COVID cases for Don Bosco. They did cancel that game, or at least postpone it until later on in the season. But St. Peter's, Bergen, and Don Bosco all on the schedule for St. Joe's Regional. So is Del Barton, for that matter. And there you see the Cherokee Chiefs at number 9. They're the ones that downed Hun last week. But this is a quality football team in St. Joe's. That said, Hun School of Princeton probably would tell you that they're with them step for step. It's just the turnovers there in that first half that has led to a seemingly lopsided score. Big drive coming out here in the second half. Hun School moving right to left and will receive. Sebastian Tasco ready with his right leg. Owen Anderson is the deep man back for Hun. Waiting for the refs to get set. All the players are ready to go. We're ready to go. Just awaiting the signal from Mr. White Hat. And here he comes, a halftime bathroom break. Holding everyone up, but that's okay. Ref's doing a pretty good job here today. And the White Hat finally back on the field. 12 minutes on the clock here in the third. And let's play some football. Tasco through the end zone and a touchback. 1st and 10. Raiders looking for its first score. Been shut out in the first half each of the last 2 weeks, albeit to 2 quality opponents. But we know that Todd Smith expects more. Marc-Antoine Lainez, he went down a little lame at one point in that first half, but he looks healthy and okay. As the Raiders come out with an I formation and just one receiver. Ahmad Dixon, the running back, and the handoff is to Dixon, going left side. Good seal of the edge by Jake Allen. Again, you've got Jake Allen and Kevin Wigginton on the left side of the line for the Hun School of Princeton. Two big-time recruits. Wigginton heading to Michigan State, and Jake Allen, a four-star recruit. On the O-line. Second and 1. Another Dixon handoff, and he might have gone backwards a half a yard. Lane Martinez Beasley on the stop. Third and 2. Lainez looking to get St. Joe's to bite on the hard count. Nothing doing. Green Knights staying disciplined. On third and 2, a handoff to Dixon, and he's got a hole for a first down. Driven backwards, but he did eclipse that first down yardage. And a few efficient plays for the Raiders coming out here in quarter number 3. In comes Kevin Wigginton. In the 4th game this year, Wigginton, big body, lines up as a receiver. He's wearing his 3rd different number. Number 84 in this game. And he's lined up on the left side. Lainez is looking across the middle, and he did not connect with Owen Anderson. Just a little in front of him. Anderson covered on the play by Jalen Wade. Stops the clock at a 2nd and 10. The Raiders are at their best when Lainez is throwing the football deep. This is a very tough front for St. Joe's. The time just hasn't been there for Lainez to deliver those deep balls, though he has completed a few to Mason Shipp and others, and Dixon fumbles. St. Joe's has it. Wigginton and Dixon both had a chance to recover, and oh wow, the referee's going to say down by contact, but give St. Joe's the ball, because the ball came out again, and Hun thought they recovered. But the Green Knights just picked up another turnover. 4th of the game. And it's a short field. Take another look. Lane Martinez Beasley. On the forced fumble. 1st and 10, Green Knights. And now with a 3-score lead, and among the best running backs in the States, Audric Estime, 10-yard gain on first down. St. Joe's feeling good. Tyler Jamison on the stop there. 1st and 10 from the 11. Estime right up the gut. Climbing closer to that goal line. It'll be 2nd and 2. As Audric Estime looks for touchdown number 3 here in this game.
2nd and 2.
Another Estime carry. This time he's driven backwards. Ball does come out, but the whistle blew. Forward progress. Michael Gavin on the stop. Plug in the middle, 62. At 6'3". Estime now with 10 touchdowns on the year with his 2 earlier this game. Good chance for number 11. 3rd and 4. Men in motion. Noel in the shotgun, hands to Estime. End zone touchdown, St. Joe's. 3rd touchdown of the game for Audric Estime. 11th of the season. And St. Joe's takes a 27-0 lead. Sebastian Tasco on for the extra point. Kick is up. Kick is good.
Extra point by Tasco is good. 8-11 in the third quarter.
Another 7 points capitalized by St. Joe's after a Hun School of Princeton turnover. Quick audio break here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network as the Raiders will get the ball back when we return. Billy Cadetti on the return for a Hun, and Billy Cadetti stays on his feet. Good return for Cadetti. And maybe that will get the Hun offense moving. Again, it hasn't been the play calling. It hasn't been anything else except for turnovers. Turnovers for the Raiders. 4 of them. And at this point, you have to credit St. Joe's for forcing them. In the special teams department, the Raiders playing well. Cadetti with a nice looking return.
47-yard line. Correction, 42nd. 42-yard line.
Drive starts at the 42. Dixon, fresh off the fumble. They go right back to him. And he gains 3 yards.
3-yard gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7.
On 2nd and 7. 2 backs flanking Linez. Who wants to go deep? Ben Romano was glued by Jalen Wade.
3rd and 7 for the Raiders.
Wade has looked really good. The secondary has been a standout for St. Joe's. Now, the Hun School of Princeton have completed a couple of long balls, one to Mason Ship, one to Owen Anderson, but both of those balls were just perfectly thrown by Linez. Good catches by Ship and Anderson, and when you have to execute that perfectly to complete a long pass, it's a testament to the defense and the secondary more specifically for the Green Knights. 3rd down and 7. Here comes the pressure. Linez throws, got Ship, 1st down. It's one thing Marco Lainez has shown the ability to do is throw under pressure and throw on the run. In fact, sometimes it almost seems like he would rather throw on the run. Really good arm strength. And that time an easy pitch and catch as Mason Ship ran a very precise route. 7:09 to play. Third quarter. And the Hunt School of Princeton getting to that critical point with just under 20 minutes left in the game. They need to score. Offensive line looking for that push on first down, and they will move the pile a few yards. Credit Zachary Omland, 6'6", 295 for moving the pile. It was a Billy Gadetti carry. It's another 2nd and 7. Ship and Romano lined up on the near side this time. Owen Anderson in his natural habitat as the tight end on this play. Lainez throws on the run, batted down. Tried to find Ship, but Jack Schmahowski, linebacker, makes the play. Schmahowski and Monty have been very apparent here in this game, all over the field. Been an impressive defensive performance, and I guess we shouldn't have expected anything else from one of the top defensive coordinators in the state. And now head coach Danny Marangi. Hun working on 4-down territory as they will run it on 3rd and 8 and bring it 2 yards shy of the marker, 4th and 2. And a no-brainer, go for it here with 6 minutes left in the third and down by 4 scores. Fourth and 2. Lainez throwing, completing. Kevin Wigginton, first touch of the game on 4th down. You don't often see that. But a testament to the trust that Coach Smith has in big number 84. Especially at this level, you don't see bodies like that lined up as a wide receiver, but Wigginton on 4th down makes the play, moves the chains, important one. Inside the 30 are the Raiders. Ship's on the near side. Lainez looks his way, and he is hit hard. Tried to tuck it and run, but Raquan Harvey was having none of it. Freshman makes the hit. And it's a 2nd and 13 coming up. Nice play. Four-minute drive here for the Hun School of Princeton. At the very least, St. Joe's, even though Raiders have moved it on the verge of the red zone, forcing Hun to burn some time. Monty showing pressure. Hand off to Dixon, using that left side. Gets to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10. 4-down territory, though, for the Raiders.
Ball carried by Dixon. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring it back to 3rd and 10.
Once again, the pressure too much to handle. Jack Schmahowski got through it, and Ahmad Dixon could not pick up the block. You can see Linez and Dixon kind of jawing at each other after that play. That's not what you want to see. As Linez probably saying that the assignment was his. But Schmahowski got in there untouched, and Linez was forced to throw it away, and now another 4th and 10. For receivers, Dixon the back. Here comes the pressure. Looking for Wigginton, and the flag comes out. Kevin Wigginton held up by Peter Shue. And that time the protection held. Linez able to deliver the ball. And it likely would have been a touchdown had Wigginton been allowed to have any separation. And the call from the white hat, pass interference against Peter Shue.
Pass interference against the defense.
And that is an automatic first down for Hun. Huge play on 4th and long, keeps the Raiders breathing for the moment.
15-yard line.
Romano trying to turn upfield after the catch. And stood up at the 6. It's a gain of 9, maybe 10 on first down. 2nd and short.
Short of the first down, it'll be 2nd and 2.
Raiders looking to punch it in for their first score. Linez keeping as the first down yardage. Not much more after that. Serenius Menard makes the stop. Defensive coordinator for St. Joe's is John Churchu, as well as Dan DiCongelio. Under Dan Marangi. They did not give him first down yardage there. It's 3rd and short. All right, now the referee making the call that it is first down. 1st and goal from the 5.
Lindsey's carry resulted in a first down for the Raiders. It'll be 1st and goal. And a long 4.
That ball came out. We've got another fumble, and St. Joe's has the football. As the Hun School of Princeton coughs it up. Sean Childs, I believe, was on the carry. And Hun goes all the way down the field. Oh, it was Ahmad Dixon. I think that's his 3rd fumble of the game. So another frustrating drive for Hun. Getting word that I was calling at least a couple times Kelvin Smith, Kevin Wigginton. At 84 is Kelvin Smith, not Kevin Wigginton. Flag comes out after the tackle here as Audric Estime goes up the right side. If it's a hold, it's a half the distance to the goal, and not a huge penalty. As St. Joe's is backed up inside their own 5-yard line. Do it again, 1st and about 12. Ball will be spotted at the 3. Estime with room on first. Gain of 15 yards to the 18-yard line. And Audric Estime, and this is the time where running backs shine. 4 scores up. And a chance to close the game.
Jameson is on the tackle. First attempt for St. Joe's.
First and 10. They'll throw and complete. New quarterback in the first touch, receiving the ball for James Morrison. No more Dorian Noel. Estime's still in there.
First down, tackles number 5, Barone.
I believe it's Luke Henrik at quarterback for St. Joe's. Henrik on a slant to the near side. Ball comes out. Live football. And will they call it incomplete or a fumble? I don't think the referees have made a determination yet. And now incomplete. Referee from the far side of the field comes in and says incomplete pass. We get another look. And, you know, from the back, it's tough to tell. He does make a football move, but you need that front angle to tell whether he bobbled that ball or not. Estime on second down to midfield. Every time this kid touches the ball, he's got a chance to go the distance, and at the very least, it's likely he picks up chunk yardage. Coming in, averaging just shy of 10 yards per carry, and we don't have the stats in front of us, but it would be shocking if that yards per carry mark wasn't up over 10 for the season, the future Michigan State Spartan. 28-0, heading to the fourth quarter. It's all St. Joe's. We'll be back on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Turnovers, turnovers, turnovers. The name of the game, and it is plus in the +4 in the turnover department for St. Joe's. Ooh, should have been +3. Ball incomplete as Francesco Barone and Ahmad Dixon both were there for a potential interception. Intended for Chris Dolan. Luke Henrik, new quarterback. Luke Tucci is the running back. No Estime. Fake to Tucci, and a quarterback keeper for Luke Henrik. Out of bounds, the 34.
Ball carried by Henrik. He's only the first down for St. Joe's. Moves the ball up in the Raider territory on the 34. First and 10 on the Raiders' 34-yard line.
So first down. And a quick pass to the near side. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Pass intended for Mucci, incomplete.
Trying to get it to Mucci. St. Joe's at the point where they've got that second tier of players on the field. Again, no Estime, who did his damage. Over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground. But St. Joe's gonna score even with their second stringers. Luke Tucci in the end zone. A burst of speed from the little man. And it's 34-0. Man, it doesn't matter who is in the backfield for this St. Joe's team. Offensive line doing their job. And a 5-touchdown performance for St. Joe's with a goose egg on the other side. You can't ask for much more. Backup kicker even in. Marcos Ruiz lining up for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. 35-0. Man, we did not think we were going to get to running clock territory, but alas, that is where we are after a long run. 35 yards from Luke Tucci. So St. Joe's going to improve to 2-2 on the season. I think we can safely say that. 11.5 left. Clock now runs. So Hun's going to have to score quickly to stop that clock. And, man, there is nothing to indicate that St. Joe's is going to relinquish this lead.
15-yard return by Gudetti. Brings the ball out to the Raiders' 20-yard line.
So that said, it is a time in the game where we can get a look at the character of this Hun School of Princeton team. Down 35 points. These kids have bright futures regardless of the result of any game. And this is a top 5 team in New Jersey. We're not asking for any sympathy. But you know that these players have, a lot of them have college careers ahead of them. And you never want to give up. Gudetti, strong running. Hun going to try to pick up the pace a little bit. 1st and 10 after a 10-yard Gudetti run.
1st and 10 for the Raiders on their own 32-yard line.
Linez on play action. Romano was deep. It's Ship across the middle. He had one-on-one with Romano. But they'll settle for a 6-yard gain on 1st.
Gain of the play, it'll be 2nd and 4.
Another play action. Linez flips it underhand. Lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. Sean Childs on the catch. Linez coming up lame again as they went low on that hit. Take another look. And the play action just not fooling St. Joe's a lot of the time in this game. Zach Riegler making a beeline for Linez. 3rd and 4. Guidetti on 3rd down. Billy Guidetti, strong running again. Pretty fun to watch number 31 carry the football. Low center of gravity and physical running from not necessarily the biggest body on the field. Good block sealed on the right side. Couple yards for Guidetti. Haven't seen Ahmad Dixon here on this drive, and very talented running back. Not having his best game with, I think, 3 fumbles, at least 2. He'll bounce back, no doubt about it. 100 yards per game. Second and 8. Guidetti still the running back for the Raiders. Fake to Guidetti. Linez for Anderson. And Anderson's got it at the 24. 6'5" Owen Anderson runs routes like a tight end, even though he starts him as a receiver. In the middle of the field, it's fun to have a big body such as number 11 with the trusted hands as well. We have an injured St. Joe Green Knights. And as we do have the injury, we'll take a look at the schedule and results for St. Joe's. 1 and 2. The win coming against Seton Hall Prep. The 2 losses to Bergen Catholic and St. Peter's. Got Paramus Catholic next week, then DePaul Catholic. And on November 13th, Don Bosco will square off against St. Joe's Regional, finish the season with Del Barton. Now, of course, it's 2020, so everything tentative on the schedule, as they were supposed to play Don Bosco here today. We still do have that injury here, and pretty much every St. Joe player on the sideline taking a knee. And finally, he does get back up on the field. Trying to get a look at that number. Who is it? 29. Jatai Mays does get on his feet. Didn't look good at the beginning. But Mays limping off. He's okay. At least okay enough to use his own power. It is a 1st and 10 after the Owen Anderson catch. 6:40 on the clock. The only time a running clock stops is for injury timeout. And one more look at the catch for Owen Anderson and the hit as Mays tried to bring him down. 1st and 10, Linez for the end zone. Mason Ships got it for a touchdown. Found the soft spot, and the Raiders are on the board.
25-yard pass. The Ship resulting in a touchdown for the Raiders.
Hun goes for 2. And Billy Guidetti gets the carry. Ball does come loose, but he was short of the end zone anyway. However, Marco Linez, 25 yards to Mason Ship. 4 St. Joe's Green Knights around, and Linez able to drop it in. So the score 35-6. Hun kicks off to St. Joe's when we return. All right, back we come. Story of this game has been turnovers, for the Hun School of Princeton especially. Here was the first one. Mason Ship fumbling after a long catch. This one directly leading to points as Frankie Monty picked it up and took it in for a touchdown. This was one of the Ahmad Dixon fumbles. And then this was a backbreaker in the third quarter as Hun was on the doorstep to score. We're on the kick return of the ensuing kick after the touchdown. And it's a good return for number 28 in Christian Abraham.
Flag on the flag.
There is a flag. All right, well, you may have heard personal foul and a blindside block against St. Joe.
15-yard penalty. First and 10 for St. Joe's on their own 25.
And here's a look. Well, they almost had him down at the 15-yard line. And it was tough to tell where that blindside block occurred on the replay. Swinging out to Luke Tucci. And now another flag comes in after the play.
Flag on the flag. Tackle was made by number 20, Tyler Jamison.
Tyler Jamison makes the tackle, but let's see where this flag is going to move the football. It'll be against the offensive line of St. Joe's. Jan Silva called for the penalty, and it's a half the distance to the goal penalty. So with the ball at the 25-yard line, it'll bring it to the 12 and a half. Unless it's a spot foul, which it is. So instead, the line of scrimmage is the 14.
Second and 21.
And Luke Tucci, the running back. 35-yard run on the previous possession for the Green Knights. Quarterback keeper, though, and Luke Henrik is stopped. Liam Rempel in there to make the play for the Hun School of Princeton.
Ball carried by Henrich. Brought down by number 62, Gavin.
Michael Gavin gets his name called as the official tackler on that play. 3rd and long. See if they let Henrik air the ball out here, or just keep that clock moving. Empty backfield, so they will. Henrik, though, under pressure, throws across his body, and that ball is caught. Nice catch. And a strong throw across his body as Connor Mahoney makes his first grab of the game. 4th and 10.
11-yard gain will be 4th and 10.
St. Joe's taking all the time that they can. They might even call timeout here. Doesn't look like there's any hurry for Luke Henrik to get back out onto the field. They will call timeout with 3:31 remaining. And that'll give us a chance to take a look at some more replays and things that have happened in this one. It's been the running backs for St. Joe's. Early in the game, Audric Estime from a couple yards out. This was probably the most, well, we'll come back out to live action since they're about to punt the ball away. Estime, 3 touchdowns, though. And another one from Luke Tucci. So 4th and 10, Mason Shipp back to return. Tasco, the punter. Gorgeous punt. Going to bring Shipp back to the 30-yard line and then bounce with an angle inside the 15. How about that punt? From the 25 to the 15. It's nearly a 60-yard punt with no return from Sebastian Tasco. And with just about 3 minutes left in this game, Hun School of Princeton takes over possession. Clock is running inside 3 minutes, which I'm not sure officially it's supposed to. But anyway, 1st and 10, Hun. Likely the last offensive drive of the game. Referee will stop the clock. Timeout called. And now, well, since Danny Marangi calls timeout, we'll get a chance to take a look at the rest of those running back touchdowns. This was the most impressive one. On 4th and 1, big spot in the game. Audric Estime, with quick feet, made it look easy, breaking a tackle in the backfield and then taking it in for a score. So another Estime run for a touchdown. This was his 3rd. And then Tucci coming in to replace Estime in the 4th quarter. Gains the edge and scores from 35 yards out. 1st and 10 out of the timeout. Screen set up. Billy Guidetti out of bounds at the 25. That should be enough for a 1st down.
Results in a 1st down for the Raiders.
Here's Guidetti coming off the field.
1st and 10 from their own.
They do give 1st down yardage to the Hun Raiders. First and 10. Dominic DeLuzio, the ball carrier. Flags will come out as somebody's helmet came off. Haven't seen many touches for DeLuzio in this game. He's usually a frequent toucher of the football. Helmet came off for Brandon McKinnon. So the personal foul penalty called against St. Joe's.
Resulting in 1st down for the Raiders. Brings the ball out to the Raiders, 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Linez wants to go deep. Nobody home. Owen Anderson, the closest receiver. More good coverage from St. Joe's.
2nd and 10 for the Raiders on their own 40.
Final minute of play, fourth quarter. Linez throwing on the run. Kelvin Smith in and out of his grasp.
Smith incomplete.
They keep the running clock moving. Maybe one more play for the Hun School of Princeton, but this is going to go down as a dominating performance by St. Joe's. Hun will tell you they would have performed much better had it not been for the 4 turnovers, but you got to credit St. Joe's for not only forcing those turnovers, but making Hun pay and taking advantage on the ensuing possessions. 35-6, your final here from the Hun School of Princeton. As the St. Joe's Green Knights improve to 2-2 on the season, Hun drops to 2-2, and now a 2-game losing streak for Todd Smith Hun School of Princeton Raiders against 2 top 10 teams, however. And as much of a handshake as is appropriate here during a pandemic. Quality game. Look at the scoring plays once again before we wrap up here from Natali Family Field. Short run from Audric Estime. Here's the 30-yarder on 4th down from Estime. And then in the second quarter, snapping issues for Hun. Frankie Monti, fumble recovery for a touchdown. Here's Estime's 3rd. And the running game was not stopped. Estime with well over 10 yards per carry in this one, as advertised. And then Luke Tucci coming in. And maybe it's just the offensive line being that good, as Tucci takes it 35 yards for a score. And the lone highlight for Hun, Linez falling backwards, delivers a beautiful ball to Mason Ship for the touchdown. So that'll do it for the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Ethan Carpenter on camera doing a nice job. Kevin Fodinger, our director, running the replays and the scoreboard. A man of many talents. Simon Rosenwasser here, signing off. Again, your final 35 for St. Joe's, 6 for the Hun School of Princeton. It's been a presentation of the Play-by-Play Sports Network. We'll see you next time.